Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It is Tuesday, April 6th of 2025. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, I thought what we'd talk about today is doing that little bit extra for your customer and why it really matters. So stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, if you didn't already know it. And yes, this is the weekday, Monday through Friday. Today is Tuesday, April 6th of 2025. Why do I use the date? That way people know it's current content. Or if you watch it later on, you know that this is what it came about. So what are we going to talk about today? I'm going to talk about why it's important that you do that little extra. Do more than what the customer expects. And I can give you an example. We've had a customer for years. He's been a great customer, him and his wife. And we normally get to see the zero turn generator, weed trimmer. And he sent me a message, and then he contacted me through Facebook chat or Facebook video or however you want to call it. And said he was having problems with his zero turn, that one side seemed to be pulling more than the other, and it was driving him nuts. And that we had it to our shop before for that similar issue, but it was still plaguing him. And he wanted to know when would be a good time to bring it over. So I said, well, whenever you want. And he said, well, how soon can you do it? Anything with it? I said, right off. If it's something that we've worked on and it's still being an issue, that moves you to the front of the line. So the sooner you can get it to us, the quicker we can figure out what's going on. So comes Sunday late in the afternoon, and I get a message from him saying, sorry, I won't be able to bring it over today. Things come up like they do with anybody, right? Now is your chance to do a little extra. I'm not saying do it to make yourself stick out. I'm saying do it because it's the right thing to do. So what did I do first thing Monday morning? Is I see he was online at 6 a.m. in the morning. So I sent a message and I said, look, have it out. I'll come get it, and I won't charge you for pickup and drop off. And I'll be there in about 20 minutes. So he wrote back, okay. So I showed up. He explained to me the issue that was going on. And there were a number of things in my head that I was saying, okay, we could check this and this and this. But the last thing he left me with, because I told him, I said it could very well be a bad drive motor going bad. Because they're both independent, right? He said, put a new drive motor on if you have to. He said, if not, I'm going to sell it. He said, it's driving me nuts. By doing that, you went above and beyond to help that customer. That customer is going to remember you doing that. And that's the way of giving back as a shop owner for all the times that they brought their stuff to you to have fixed. They kept you employed, is the best way I can describe. Customers are not a dime a dozen. Good customers are hard to come by and easy to keep as long as you take care of them. That's the key. Was the customer heard? Did you solve their problem? And did you do it in a reasonable time and cost? Did you check all those boxes? It isn't going to do you any good if you check 3 of the 4 boxes, but the cost was a stupid number. It ain't going to fly. All 4 boxes have got to be checked. You know, did you listen to them? Did you fix the problem? Did you do it in a reasonable amount of time? And did you do it for a reasonable amount of money? Those are those 4 things that you should be asking yourself as a shop owner daily on each piece of equipment that comes through. and it's got your stamp on it to go out that door. Did you listen to the customer? Did you do it in a reasonable amount of time for a reasonable amount of cost? Just think about that. But that customer, as an example, gave me a big shout out on Facebook to all his friends. I didn't expect that. I didn't ask for that. I wasn't expecting it at all. Was it great? Do I appreciate it? Absolutely. I mean, it says, okay, you're doing okay. You're doing something right. Now just continue it. Continue to stay at that level. If you drop below that level, people are just going to expect to get the basics. But if you do that one extra thing for every customer you have, as minuscule as it is, that customer won't forget it. Because you took time out of your busy day to hear them, to listen to them, to fix their problem in a fair amount of time for a fair amount of price. It's not that hard. People overthink this a lot. They overcomplicate things when it's that easy. If you have a customer that drops off a machine because it needed a service, okay? And depending upon shop to shop, services are different for each shop, right? One shop may offer pressure washing where another doesn't, but it's figured into the bill. Some may not offer blade sharpening. It's just replacement or nothing because they don't know how to balance blades or they don't want to take the time to. Each machine that comes in, is there a way that you can give the customer more back than what they expected? And here's what I also do for my good customers that I have on a regular basis. I've got one coming in today. We've done 2 of their zero turns. We do a complete service on their compacts, tractor, and anything else that needs repairs, right? But they're bringing in this morning a weed trimmer. And they just noticed that the primer bulb is basically dry rot, ready to fall off. So I told them, bring it over this morning. What am I going to do to try to one-up that customer, to do something that customer didn't expect? What I'm going to do is I'm going to replace that primer bulb and not charge it. And I know what you're thinking. You're saying, hey, it's costing you money. It's costing you time. It's, to me, an investment in my future. It's an investment into my future that I want that customer to know how much I appreciate their business and that what I'm willing to do to keep their business. Think about that for a minute. You know, I like Amos's comment of it's one and done. It's not if, it's when you're going to close your doors. Because if it's all about me, and me, how to make money, and you're not thinking about, because when you're in the service sector, and that's what we are, when you're talking repairs, we're in the service industry. And that is, how can I help my customers and help myself? But I should always have my customers first. Now, every customer does not deserve that level of service that we're talking about. But it's up to you to weed them out when you financially can. When you first start off, you're taking every Tom, Dick, and Harry, right? But as you build your business, you start to weed out the troublemakers, the ones that no matter what you do, if you go above and beyond, they want more. And they're pretty easy to spot. You know, the ones that holler the most about the bill, hoping to get it reduced because they've learned that in the past, if they scream and throw tantrums that you'll give in, you don't want them. I give in, but I also don't take any more work from them. See, they're the losers there. I don't need their work. I don't need to be giving free work away to someone that doesn't appreciate what I do for them. It's a two-way street. They have to appreciate you, and you have to appreciate them. Be grateful that each of us took time out of our day to think of each other. That's the mindset you need to come at this. And I'm not saying fake it till you make it. Either you're going to be genuine about it and your customer is going to pick up on it, or they're not going to say peep because they know that you're just doing it to something to gain. When I do stuff for my customers, I'm looking at a long-term investment. What can I do today that will secure them for the next few years? What can I do to have income continue to come into the shop? Now let me ask you, if you did something like that where you went and picked up the person's mower because they weren't able to get it to you this weekend, is it worth it to get a shout out? I'm not saying that I wanted it or expected it, because I didn't. But I got a shout out over the deal to all their friends. And they have tons of friends. Or does my customer think he's just doing it because he's looking for something? My customers could tell whether you're being genuine or not. Are you genuine about wanting their business? And that's all your focus is. Giving that little extra, and it doesn't have to cost you a lot. Like the trimmer. I know some of you are going to say, well, you should be charging for that. At least $40 plus parts. It's an investment in my future. You don't need to charge for every freaking thing that goes through your shop. You know, we talked about pro bono. You know, I do that with a number of older customers that I have in this area. Is I do their service for free. Because I know that really they can't afford to have it done. And I want to make sure that, because they enjoy mowing their yards, so I want to make sure that their lawnmower is going to last them and that somebody's taking care of it. If it costs me an oil filter, oil, spark plugs, fuel filter, and a little bit of my time, I'll do it. And so should you. If you're going to run a business, it can't all be coming one way and not giving back to them. They need to have something on the back side of it too. And that could be simply a carefree summer like we talked about the other day. It could be giving them a discount. It could be doing a certain amount and then on top of that you did it for them for nothing. And you don't need to tell them. You don't. They will figure it out. Most of them will. That you done beyond what their expectations were. What are you doing on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis to secure your future? What are you doing for your customers that I could learn from? You know, this isn't just me teaching you. This is a group exercise. I learn just as much from you guys as you do from me. And that's what this channel is always and always will be about, is sharing ideas, how to be a better person, how to run a better shop, and how to have longevity. But in the comments, write what you think and what you're doing that could help me. But I do learn a lot from you guys. You know, I get back just as much as I give. And that's the way this channel has been from day one. You know, it's one of the reasons why I don't charge for anything. And nor will I. when it comes to advice or stuff that I've encountered or how to grow better as a person, that I enjoy it. I enjoy spending my time with you most times in the morning over a cup of coffee. But it doesn't have to stop there as far as running a business and giving back more than what you give. It can be in your personal life too, going above and beyond what the other person expectations are of you. And again, you have to do it for the right reasons. You're not trying to do it to impress somebody. Because if you start doing stuff to try to be noticed, that goes back to the me column, all right? It's all about me. Notice me. And you don't want that. Because usually there's a negative connotation that comes with it. But if you're thinking extrovert of how can I help that person with nothing to gain, right? If you come upon that where you have nothing to gain out of it other than doing the right thing, you're on the right track. If you're looking about how much can you gain back from it, you might be going down the road. And you're going to say, Eric, you just said that you're fixing somebody's trimmer because you're looking at your longevity down the road, investment into your future. So it is about me. No, it's not. There's more than just me here at the shop. There's Claude. There's a couple meal tickets here. And this is what's worked for me over a long period of time. And it took me time, my time, valuable time, to learn these lessons of doing for others when they least expect it, when you have nothing to gain. Sometimes in your personal life, it might be just taking a time to listen, to give feedback, to have empathy, not sympathy. Don't ever feel sorry for somebody and join in with their pity party. If you can give empathy of where you've been through it before and you understand it, that's 10 times better. Because you're not joining in on their pity party. But you are telling that person there is another side on the back side of this where you will feel better. And the sooner you get there, the better off. But you're going to have to go through certain things before you get there. But I'm here for you. That's empathy. Sympathy is, oh, you poor thing, you must be feeling terrible, and what a terrible thing to go through. You're feeding into their feeling sorry, pity party for themselves. And that never comes out good. You're not helping the other individual. You may have a short-term gain of the other person feels that you understand and you're feeling sorry for them, so they're getting something, but they're not getting the right thing, right? They're getting something that is going to hold them back even longer. Empathy will get them to the other side quicker. So that's something to start thinking about today and every day forward. Whether you're running a business or in your private life, what can I do for you that is above and beyond what your expectations are, with nothing to gain? And that is putting this video on today. No, I'm just kidding. But in the comments, I'm serious. If you can leave, what you do on a daily basis, weekly basis, how you run your shop. If you don't have a shop, what are you doing in your private life to give that little extra? So on that note, you guys have a great Tuesday. I got cardiac rehab today. I'm hoping to graduate. But as long as I'm pushing forward, I'm still above and not pushing up daisies, right? You guys have a great day.